We're going to be programming a new transponder key to this RAM ProMaster. This procedure will work from 2014 to 2016 of the ProMaster. We're going to be doing a total of 4 keys because I have 3 flip keys there that need to be reprogrammed as well. CJD AP12 will be the option we're using. Alright, it's telling us to turn it on. Now it doesn't matter which key you use to turn it on at this point, and I'm just going to start with the new key. Turn it on. You see that security light comes on there to tell us that it's an unprogrammed key. First we're going to want to use the pre-code key function. Just leave the ignition on. While it's going through the procedure, it will turn on these error lights and warning messages. Alright, there's our PIN code, CS code. Yes, we would like to pre-code our new key. Alright, take our new key out. Go ahead and put it in the chip reader. Alright, pre-coding successful. It's telling us we have to unplug a big gray plug from by the fuse box down here by our knee. But first, let's just go ahead and hit complete, and then we'll back out of the programming. Then we can go ahead and close our app on our smart box because we're going to need to reopen it. Alright, so you're just going to need to take these 2 screws out. I've already loosened them most of the way here, so just pop it down. Alright, this is what we're going to want to unplug. Just go ahead, pop it out. Instructions say to leave it for 30 seconds. I found usually after about 5 to 10 it's just fine. You want to make sure that there is no key in the ignition before you pull that wire as well. Alright, we'll get our smart box back out. Log back in. Programming. Alright, so it's telling us to turn the ignition on, but since for this vehicle you will need to have the ignition on during the whole procedure, and the best way to do that is to remove the chip from this transponder key. If you don't have a transponder key like this, then you could knock the cotter pin out of the flip blade and just leave it on with just the blade and not the whole key. But if you have the transponder key, this little square here is where the chip insert, the chip holder goes in. And on the opposite side, there's a little pinhole. If you just stick a paper clip in there, you can push it right out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so I got the chip removed there. Now it's empty. Here's a little chip holder with the chip in the end there. So now we're going to want to turn it on with this empty blank, but we do want the car to recognize a program transponder key if we have one. So we're going to go ahead and put this blank in here. And then I'm going to take one of my programmed keys here, and this side with the key blade on it, we're going to want to hold it up flat, as close as it would be to if it was actually in the ignition. Hold it right where it should be. Go ahead and turn the ignition on. I gotta wiggle my steering wheel. 1 second. Alright. Turn it on. And no security light, so it recognizes the key. Go ahead and hit continue. Alright. We're going to want to keep holding our key here for a minute. We're going to want to go ahead and hit program key. Leave it on. Alright, it gave us the correct PIN code. Now if it did not recognize our program key, it would have given us all 7s. So all 7s is incorrect, and you should try again and make sure you reposition the key so it recognizes the original. But since that's correct, we're going to hit yes. Alright, before we continue, I'm going to want to hold my key back up there again. Alright, yes, we do want to program our next key. And now I'll take my second key that was working before, hold it right up in the same spot, click continue. Alright, yes, we want to do the next one. Take my third original key here, hold it up, hit continue. Alright, yes, we want to do one more. Now we're going to take this chip here, hold it in the same spot. See how it's kind of angled? You want that angle to point towards the ignition. Go ahead and hold it right there. Alright. Go ahead and hit no. Turn it off. Alright, I'm just going to use one of my originals to turn it back on here because it's a little easier. Alright, this current number of keys 0 is usually wrong here. If you wanted to read the real number, you'd have to go back through the pre-code function. Alright, so we got it on with our first key, no security light. Second key, no security light. My third one doesn't have a blade on it, so I'm not going to test it. But I'm going to go ahead and put this chip back in here. Let's check our new key. Alright, no security light. Put it back in. Try to start it. Alright, it's running. See how it says warning fuel low, and we do have a check engine light. Now my fuel is actually low, but it would say that even if it was not immediately after programming. So to get that check engine light to go away and the fuel low warning to go away, we're going to want to back out of this programming. Use the menu. Go to the home. Alright, and then we'll click on advanced options, scan codes. Go ahead and turn it back on. You could read the error codes, but usually they're false codes, so they won't show anything. So just hit the clear error codes. Complete back. Alright. Now let's go ahead and start it up again. And our check engine light went away. And if my fuel wasn't actually low, that would also go away as well. But we're all done here. We have a new programmed key for this ProMaster.